Hey guys, lesson number 8 today. We are going to be on page 62. We're skipping 61. We're just going to go to 62. Okay, percent of increase and decrease, what we've been talking about lately. So, how much money in particular savings? Let's see, let's start over. 8.2, number 1 on page 62. Money in a particular savings account increases by about 6% after a year. How much money will be in the account after 1 year if the initial amount is $100, $50, $200, $125, or X dollars? So, if you get stuck, consider using the diagram. So, if we start with 100%, let me move this over a little bit. If we start with 100%, okay, and we increase by 6%, 100% plus 6 more percent is 106%. So all we really need to do is take 106% and multiply it by all of these numbers right here. Okay, so $100 times 106% is $106. So if I have $100, I get $106 back. If I have $50, 50 times 106% is $53. Okay. $200. 200 is going to be $212. Nope, that's not a 2. 212. 125. 125 times 106%. 132.5. So 125 is going to be 132.5, but it's money, so we got to add a 0. Okay, and then X. Okay, this is where a percentage has to be turned to decimal. When we're talking equations, the percentages have to be in decimal form. So to move from a percent to a decimal, we move the decimal place 2 spaces to the left. Okay, so 106% as a decimal, we move it 2 spaces to the left, it's 1.06. So 1.06 times x is just 1.06x. Remember, when we multiply a number and a letter, it's just that number and letter put together. Okay. Number 2, the value of the new car decreases about by 15% in the first year. How much will the car value be after 1 year if the initial value was 1,000, 500, 5,020, and X? So once again, start with 100%. Okay, you can go $1,000 times 15 and then subtract, and then you could go 5,000. It just is another extra step that doesn't need to happen. So if I go 100% minus 15%, I get 85. Whoop, no, that's not a 5. 85%. So I'm just going to take all my numbers and multiply them by 85%. So if I go 1,000 times 85%, 1,000 times 85%, I get 850. If I go 5,000 times 85%, I get 4,250. If I go 5,020 times 85%, I get 4,267. Okay. Now, once again, X dollars, it's going to be an equation of some sort, or an expression of some sort. So I have to go 85%, and I move the decimal 2 places to the left. So 85% is a decimal, is 0.85. So X would be 0.85X. Okay. All right. Looking at the next one, we just match the equations to the situations. Okay, so here we go. This is the bottom of page 62 and the top of page 63. So your situations are on the bottom of page 62. Your equations are on the top of page 63. So number 1, the water level in a reservoir is now 52 meters. So is now means equals 52. If you look, all of the equations equal 52. If this was a 23% increase, what's the initial depth? Well, what percentage do we always start with? We always start with 100%. So if I go 100% plus 23, I get 123%. Okay, well, 123% as a decimal is 1.23. Remember, we move it from percent to decimal. We move it 2 spaces to the left. Okay, so if I move it 2 spaces to the left, it's 1.23 times x equals 52. Oh, look, 1.23 times x equals 52. Number 2, the snow depth is now 52 inches deep. If this was a 77% decrease, what's the initial depth? Well, we always start with 100%. So we're going to go 100 minus 77, and we get 23%. Well, 23% as a decimal is 0.23 times x equals 52. 0.23 times x equals 52, so it's the second one. All right, representing percent increase and decrease as equations. So this is the bottom of page 63, and it's going to go on to the page 64, and then we'll be done. So if we look here, it says the gas tank in Dad's car holds 12 gallons. The gas tank in Mom's truck holds 50% more than that. How much gas does the truck tank hold? Well, this is a problem we had yesterday from the previous lesson. So we need to go, it says, why is this situation can be represented by the equation 1.5 times 12 equals t? Well, remember, the new amount equals the percentage times your old amount. So if you think of equations, you can think new. Let me write this out. New equals your percentage times your old. Okay? So, or my original. So my original is 12 gallons, my percentage is 50% more, and I need to figure out the new. Well, we always start with 100%, right? So 100 plus 50 is 150%. When we talk about equations, we have to move the decimal over twice. So it's 1.5 times 12, because that's my percentage, and that equals my new amount, t, and I don't know what that is. Okay? So number 2 says write an equation to represent all of these situations. So letter A. A movie theater decreased the size of popcorn by 20%. If the old bags held 15 popcorns, how much do the new bags? We don't know what the new bags are, so let's put X there. We know the old is 15, and the percentage is decreased. So we always start with 100%. So 100% minus 20% is going to be 80%. So 80%. So we just did 100 minus 20, and we got 80%. 80% as a decimal is 0.8. So we're going to go 0.8 times the old amount, 15. So 0.8 times 15 equals the new amount. We don't know what the new amount is, so we'll put X. Okay? So there's your equation. A lot of times I'll do parentheses for times, so that the time symbol doesn't get mixed up with the decimal sign. Okay, letter B. After a 25% discount, the price of a t-shirt was $12. What was the price before the discount? So, 25% discount. Price of the t-shirt was $12. What was the price before? So the price before the discount, that means that's the original price. We don't know what that is. So that's X. This means this is the new price. $12 is the new price. 25% discount. So discount means we're going to subtract. So 100 minus 25% is 75%. Move it over twice, it's 0.75x, or 0.75. We don't know the original price. So 0.75 times x equals the new price, $12. Okay? Now it doesn't matter if 0.75x comes first and equals 12 comes second. It doesn't really matter. You can do it either way you want. Letter C. Compared to last year, the population of Boomtown has increased by 25%. The population is now 6,600. So that's the new amount, right? Increased by 25%. That means we're adding. And we don't know last year's, so we're going to put X. Okay? So increased by 25%. That means we're just going to add 100. So we are going to go 100 plus 25, and we get 125%. Move it over twice, it's 1.25. So we're going to go 1.25 times the original amount. I don't know what the original amount is, so we're just going to put x. That equals the new one, which is 6,600. Okay, so let me rewrite that so it's a little better. 6,600 equals 1.25x. Okay? All right, let's look at the summary. This is on page 64 and 65. We can use equations to express percent increase and percent decrease. For example, if y is 15% more than x, we can represent this using any of these equations. Y equals x plus 0.15x. Remember, 15% as a decimal is 0.15. We can go y equals parentheses 1 plus 0.15x, or we can go y equals 1.15x. So if someone makes an investment of x dollars and the value increases by 15% to $12.50, then we can write 1.15x equals $12.50 to find the value of the initial investment. Okay? Same thing as well. A is 7% less than B. So we're going to take away 7% from 100%, we get 93%. So A equals 0.93B. So if an amount of water in a tank decreases by 7% from its starting value of B to its ending value of 348, we could go 0.93B equals 348 and then divide it by 0.93 and we'll get our answer. Okay? Often the equation is the most efficient way to solve a problem involving percent of increase or decrease. Okay? Number 1 on your assignment and number 3 on your assignment are in Canvas. So, number 1, a pair of sneakers was purchased for $120. Since they were purchased, their price has increased by 15%. What is the new price? So remember, we start with 100%. 100% is the original price, 120. So we're going to go 100% plus 15 more percent is 115%, and then just multiply that by 120. Okay, number 3, in a video game, Claire scored 50% more points than Tyler. If C is the number of points Claire scored and T is the number of points Tyler scored, which equation is correct? Well, if you notice, they're all C equals. And it says 50% more. Okay? So, 50% more. So we could go 1T plus 0.5T. We could go... There's a 1t there. We could combine the 1 plus the 0.5 and multiply those by a t. Or we can combine them all together. So there's 3 answers there, and I gave you 2. Figure out the third one. Remember, if you have any questions, just go ahead and ask.